Most analysts expect then oil prices to remain above $80 a barrel. They're $87 on Brent right now. Does that hold up? What are we expecting in terms of the next set of decisions coming through from OPEC Plus?
Well, I think what analysts are expecting is oil prices above $80 per barrel over the coming years. And I think there are three factors that's driving this forecast. The first factor is economics. So if you look at the funding needs of OPEC Plus members, they need oil prices that are high, above $80 per barrel. So that's one factor. The second factor is geopolitics. So the Oil for Security Pact between the US and Saudi Arabia, which underpinned the oil market over the last few decades, is fracturing, and that could lead to higher oil prices. And the third factor is the competition to OPEC Plus. A few years ago, shale provided significant competition to OPEC Plus, which limited the upside for oil. This threat is receding, and shale is no longer the threat that it used to be for OPEC Plus. You add all of these factors up, and that's why analysts are expecting oil above 80 in the coming years.
On the geopolitics then, Ziad, what happened to that relationship between Riyadh and Washington? Is this a blip in terms of the relationship, or is this a more fundamental, more structural change? Well,
geopolitical alliances move in slow motion. We've had this big alliance between Saudi and the US, where Saudi provided energy security to the US and the rest of the global economy, and the US provided security to the kingdom. But we've seen signs in the last few years that this relationship is fracturing. Just one example, since President Joe Biden visited Saudi Arabia last July, OPEC Plus actually did two production cuts when Biden went there to ask for higher supply. That is one example. When Saudi Arabia wanted to ease tensions with neighboring Iran, China brokered the deal, not the US, and the deal was signed in Beijing. Saudi Arabia recently joined the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, an alliance that's led by China and has Russia and Iran among its members. So you look at all these small incidents, and they tell you that that relationship between Saudi and the US, which underpinned the energy markets for decades, is fracturing and is wobbling, and it will have impact on oil prices going forward.